All right, ladies, welcome to our week 3 call for our Summer Slay group that we've been doing this summer. I'm so excited tonight to talk to you about how to make some more income because I think that some of you are really excited about that piece and something that probably you need for your family and for your goals. So I'm going to share with you how to do that tonight in ways that are different than just having a team. So the first thing that we're going to talk about I am going to talk about different ways that Beachbody pays you. So I will talk about cycle bonuses. I will talk about our team bonuses. But then I'm going to, at the end, talk more about volume. So tonight is a big night where I'm going to really encourage you to ask questions because I feel like for myself personally, in the business, I always felt the most confused or the most timid when it came to understanding volume and when it came to understanding ways to bring in more income. So tonight is your chance to kind of peel back the onion and just ask the questions that you've wanted to ask maybe in regards to just like how do things work. And I don't want you to feel like any question is a silly question. Deal? Okay, so if you're thinking it, ask it. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about tonight is cycle bonuses. So how many of you can put it in the chat, how many of you have rank advanced to Emerald before? Type it in the chat. You have, or you're pushing for it, or maybe you're beyond that. Go ahead and chat where you are right now. Coach, Emerald, Diamond, Star Diamond, let us see where you're at. Okay, so while you're typing, I'm going to kind of explain for those who are brand new. So a coach means that they do not have any personally sponsored coaches under them at this point. So they're on their own little island as far as having their own team. They're a part of their uplines team and our team, but they do not have their own yet. And Emerald is a blossoming leader. So that means that they have two coaches. They have one on their left and one on their right. And that first promotion qualifies them for cycle bonuses. So that's like one of our first big ways to bring in income as a coach. Star Diamond, Diamond, those people are also making cycle bonuses, but they're making a little bit more. So here's the reason why. When you rank advanced to Emerald, you are going to be making $15 a cycle. When you rank advanced to Diamond, it goes to 18. And I know you're thinking 15 to 18, so what, right? Or even thinking that number sounds small. But what will happen is in the beginning of your business, all your income is going to come from retailing, meaning you're selling challenge packs. But then the longer you do the business, the more your role changes. And your role goes from just selling challenge packs and recruiting to actually like mentoring your coaches and building your team. So that's whenever you start to work on, you're going to see bigger cycle bonuses. So does anybody on this call, not Kate or Michelle, because they've been doing it for a long time, you don't get to answer, can somebody tell me how you earn a cycle bonus? Who knows? How do you cycle and get that $15? What has to happen? You can unmute it, you can chat it, you can all put your hands up in the air like this and say, I don't know. Do that if you don't know. If you're like, don't call on me, I don't know. Okay, that's okay. All right. Anybody? The teacher in me wants to hold out, but I know for time's sake, I need to keep going. So I'm going to tell you the answer. Okay. All right. So every time your legs equal 300. So it could look like this. Your left leg could have 100 and your right leg could have 200. That's a cycle of 300. Every time you hit 300 between your two legs, you get a cycle when you're Emerald or higher. So Emerald would get $15, Diamond would get 18. And you may cycle several times once you start to build your own organization. And so your paychecks, like I said, they'll go from when you're a new coach, your paychecks are retail, right? You don't have a team. You're not bringing in cycle bonuses. So you're just selling stuff and that's how you're making money. But your cycle bonuses, as you become a more seasoned coach and you build a bigger downline, there are weeks when I can commission only say I only commission 70 or $100, which is nothing. Like I can be doing nothing and still make several hundreds of dollars just by cycle bonuses. Okay. So that's what you can do as time goes on. And my downline is built by some working coaches. And then my working coaches have working coaches, but it's also built by discount coaches. I have a lot of discount coaches. So typically I sign everybody up that way. So anyways, that's how you earn a cycle. So 300. Everybody cool on that? You get it? So you can go into your back office tonight if you want, And you can look at your volume. So if you go in and you look at your team volume, you can look at what it is on your left leg and your right leg, and you can see how close am I to cycling. Now, typically, as a coach, you're not really cycling anything because you don't have anybody there. But once you start to have coaches, that's when you're like, oh my gosh. And so that's why in the beginning, I alternated back and forth. Like some of you have said, like, where do I put my coaches, right? Like, do I do all left, all right? How do I know what's my weak leg? How do I know what's my strong leg? In the beginning, you really don't have one, essentially. I mean, you may have a small one, but it doesn't matter much in the beginning. So for a long time, like when I was building to Diamond, I just would sign a coach on my left and then one on my right, then on my left, on my right, then my left, my right. I built for stability. And then once you build for stability, that's when you can go and say, okay, where is my volume weaker? Is it my left leg or is it my right leg? And that's where you can kind of stack that leg and put more people on it. Does that make sense? Yeah? If I'm losing you, tell me, okay? All right, so that's down the road. But today, you're all sitting on this call thinking, that's super sweet, Sarah, but I don't have that yet, or I'm not there yet. So I'm going to show you a couple ways that you can earn more income when you don't have the team. So the last thing that I'll touch on that is a team thing, or that's a rank thing, are the quarterly bonuses. So do you guys realize you can qualify for quarterly bonuses when you're 2-star or higher? Do you know that? Okay, those quarterly bonuses are no joke. 2-star quarterly bonus, typically you're going to make between $700 and $900 4 times a year if you qualify during each quarter. But once you rank advanced to 5-star, then you're eligible for the 5-star pot, 10-star for the 10-star pot, and 15-star for the 15-star pot. Let me explain to you that the 15-star pot is give or take around $40,000. 4 times a year. Do the math. And what happens too is you get to dip down into the other pots. So say you were a 10-star diamond coach. 10-star quarterly bonus is typically around like $12,000. So say you had the 10-star bonus of $12,000. The 5-star bonus teeters between $2,000 and $3,000. So you get that, the 10-star, the 5-star, and the 2-star. Are you seeing the money that you can really, like, this is why people are desperate to rank advanced quickly. Like everyone's like, get me to the top, right? And this happens 4 times a year. And that's not even on top of your weekly paychecks. So that's when, you know how you see the people and you're like, how do they do this? How do they leave their full-time jobs? Like, how are they living in these crazy homes? Like, they're doing it because they're qualifying during quarterly bonuses. They're qualifying for all of those things. So that's just something to put in your mind. I remember when I started and I was new and my coach was talking about it, I was like, sign me up. Like, how do I lock that in? That was amazing. So I just wanted to plant the seed because I know that some of you are hustlers and you're here for the income. So I want you to know that that is an option. 1 second, my neighbor kids are coming over. Hey, what do you need? Carter play. He's watching the Lego Ninjago movie, but you can go in and see if you want. Just go ahead and don't be loud because Grace is still up and Sadie's still up. Okay? Sorry. All right. Any questions before I move on? So those quarterly bonuses, just for your sake that you need to know this, you have to hold it for 6 weeks during the qualification period. So it's a period of like 3 months typically, and you have to hold your rank for 6 of those weeks. So if you were a 2-star diamond, you'd have to hold your 2-star rank for those 6 weeks. So that means that if you're sponsoring coaches, right, who are that rank, they're the ones who really need to hold it, okay? All right, so let me move on now and talk about I'm going to talk to you about volume. So right now, a lot of you are really focused on selling challenge packs, which is awesome because challenge packs help you get Success Club points. They help you get Success Club leads and orders. Success Club is how Beachbody really it's kind of like their standard of measurement in the company. Like they're always looking at what are your points? Are you hitting Success Club? The goal is that every month you hit 6. 10 was what my coach taught me. She said, you always want to hit 10 if you can. And so obviously 10 is your goal for sure, but 6 is like the minimum. 6 means that you have paid for what your product is for the month and you've made a little bit of money, basically. Okay, because we know that if you're not selling anything, it's not paying to be a coach, right? How many of you felt that way sometimes? You're like, I didn't make any money. Okay, you have to be making money every month. Otherwise, you're going to question, like, what am I doing? So we want to see you have those wins right away. That's super important that you have the wins and that you're actually making retail sales. Okay, so challenge packs, typically you're looking at that $40 commission, sometimes higher if you sell a bigger challenge pack, which is awesome. But there are other ways to make money, and you can be really strategic about it. And I want you guys to learn how to be a good retailer. Did any of you work in, Sammy, I know you did any of you work in the restaurant business when you were younger? Or any of you waitresses before, or bartenders? No? Okay. Some of you are shaking your head. Yeah. So here's what I learned as a waitress. I learned that the more I upsold, the bigger my tip was. So I was always hungry to be like, did you want to get a drink at the bar today? Like, oh my gosh, our strawberry lemonades are amazing. You have to have one. I would always try to like, oh, you're getting appetizer. You want cheese fries? You have to have bacon on that, right? Like I was upselling. Dessert, oh my gosh, you've got to try this chocolate brownie. Like I was really good at upselling. And I want you to really look at ways of how can you upsell in your Beachbody business? How many of you drink Energize every single day? Or every time when you're working out? Raise your hand if you're drinking it all the time, right? And you're talking about it all the time. How many of you are suggesting it every time you sell a challenge pack? Are you suggesting it? You're like, some of you are like, no. Guys, get the confidence. Like, if you're using Share a Cart, just put it in their cart, right? Like, I just put it in their cart. If I use Share a Cart and I build them an order for All Access and they get Shakeology, I put Energize in. And I say to them, hey, look, I know that you want to get the best results. I know you see me drinking my Energize every day. I just want to share it with you because I love it and I give my reason why. And I say, I added it to your cart. Feel free to check out and snag it or take it out, whatever you want to do. Right now, I am breastfeeding and I drink Hydrate twice a day to keep my milk supply up. Now, I can't legally say that Hydrate increases milk supply. That's false claims. So you have to be really careful. So I can't say that, but I can say this is what I'm doing and this is what's working for me. And so when I'm selling challenge packs to moms that I know are breastfeeding, guess what I'm putting in their cart? A nice tub of Hydrate. Do you know what Hydrate costs? It's like $37, okay? That brings more volume to me, and volume equals commission, and that equals money in my paycheck. Okay, let's see. Melissa Klein, you're taking a picture. I love you guys. They're all taking pictures. Okay, anyways, I'm going to stay on task. I'm not going to read their comments. So in your challenge groups, how many of you are in a challenge group right now that's pretty active? Raise your hand if your challenge group is pretty active. Okay. And how many of you are probably just asking them to like log workouts? Anybody? Like they're logging their workouts, they're posting maybe their salad or whatever, but are you using this as an opportunity and a space to create repeat buyers? If the answer is no, I need you to really think about that. So these people have purchased from you, meaning that they are more likely to purchase from you again and again and again. Once you start drinking the quote unquote Kool-Aid, you are more likely to try other products. I use Beautycounter. Anybody else here use Beautycounter? It's like a makeup line. I love it. It's another MLM. I don't sell it. I'm not signed up even as a coach or whatever they're called, but I own probably everything that Beautycounter sells, because I have bought everything from their product line. Some of you are like that with Rodeon & Fields or Norwex or Young Living or doTERRA. When we like something, we are more likely to try other things from it because we already have a good relationship with that brand. So your customer who's now drinking Shakeology and doing the bod workouts, you better believe they're interested in your Energize. They're interested in your Recover. They would love to try a beach bar, but they're afraid to spend the $37 or whatever it is per pack of beach bars. So things that you can do to drive your volume is you can get them exposed to it. You can talk about it in your challenge groups. Some of you are sending out newsletters. You could do a product feature where you talk about it. You could do fun challenges where you do like a giveaway. Maybe you buy beach bars this week. So you buy some and you say to your customers, we're going to do XYZ and you're going to earn a beach bar if you do XYZ. You know, do like a fun little fitness challenge or challenge them to share their transformation and they're going to get like Recover, Energize, and a beach bar or whatever. You know, just like do something or ask for a referral and they get XYZ. But basically, you want to get these products in their hand, because once they try it, they are so much more likely to do it and to use it. Another thing you can do is you can do group-wide things. So for example, 4th of July is coming up. A lot of people will have that holiday bloat. They'll go into the holiday, they'll eat a lot, then they'll come back and they'll skip out on you on Monday, and you'll see them by like Tuesday. They'll be like, oh, I'm so off on my nutrition. You can know going into the holiday that that's going to happen. So you can plan a group-wide 3-day refresh, and you can build up the hype that we're all going to do the refresh together. Like, most of your challenge groups have become these incredible communities where you guys are supporting each other along the way, and they feel like they're virtual friends. So the likelihood of them wanting to do the refresh with their new virtual friends is a lot higher than just the person who's following you on Instagram and you post about a refresh. So like, I just really want you to get smart and strategic. Once you get customers, those are the people who you can help, who you can work with, and I don't want to say use, because use sounds like a rotten word, but who you can use to leverage your volume and to leverage your paychecks. So yes, selling challenge packs and bringing in new clients is amazing, but serving the clients who are already with you and, getting them to become more of a lifer is equally important. What are you guys doing so far in your challenge groups to do this? Can anybody share examples of things that they're doing that have really helped to expose their clients to new products? My veteran coaches might be able to answer that one better than some of our newer ones. Hold on, Melissa, I can't hear you. I heard you for a second. Now you're good. You're back.
Got me? Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
I always send either Beach Bars or Energize and Hydrate samples to new clients. Like always, you're going to get that and a handwritten note. Mm-hmm. And then most will continue to buy that from then on. They'll be like, oh, I need a tub of that Energize, or oh my gosh, I'm out of that. And then once a week, I set aside a day that's my coach check-in. And once a week, I set aside a day that's my challenger check-in. And I send everyone individual messages, just kind of touch base with them, see if they need help, how they're doing in their program, if they need help meal planning, if they need some recipes, whatever, just to connect with them.
Yeah, that's awesome. Are you finding that whenever you do that, Melissa, are you using the app or are you sending individual messages?
I send individual messages.
Okay, cool. She does a great job of that. She learned a lesson when she was a new coach. She's like, oh my gosh, don't send anything to Canada. It's so expensive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. I'll order you something on Amazon if you're in Canada. It costs like $10 to ship from.
And you have to have customs forms too. Like you have to prove that what you're sending is legit and stuff.
It cost me $10 to mail a freaking Beach Bar. Never again.
We're just giving you guys that heads up. We're not complaining. We're just saying, oh, we learned some lessons along the way, and shipping to Canada will really bite you in the butt. But there are lots of incredible people out there who, become coaches and who are from Canada. We have lots on our team actually. But moral of the story is use Amazon. Kate or Michelle, are you doing anything that really helps you guys to see increase in product sales, or do you feel like that's a point where you could work on?
I do the same thing. I send the Beach Bars and and a packet of Energize usually. And then new product launches, new programs, or even talking up older programs. Mm-hmm. I do that because sometimes people only have the quarterly bod, and they can do this, or you can upsell them, that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
And I also really watch for people who haven't ordered in a while, so they can, if their subscription to Beachbody On Demand is about to expire, it's cheaper for them to cancel and get a challenge pack. And if it's been 6 months, you'll also get 2 points for that.
Absolutely. That's good. Good reminder. So I want to talk about upcoming. We have a launch. So we have a product launch coming. It's Morning Meltdown. And I'm actually going to use Transform 20 as the example. So those of you who've been around for a while, you'll get this. Some of you maybe don't know what I'm talking about, but Transform 20 was our newest program that came out in the winter, and it required for its equipment, it had a stepper. And the stepper was actually pretty expensive, to be honest with you. You could buy the stepper way cheaper on Amazon or at Sears or Dick's or anywhere, but the stepper had the special stickers for the program that you got to put on your stepper, and it was just like part of the program. Just like 80 Day Obsession had the booty bands, had the slides. Like there's what Beachbody has started to do over the last 2 years really is they have come out with programs, and every program tends to have some type of equipment that's an upsell. So what you need to really think about is you need to, because I've seen coaches and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to buy that stepper at Walmart and I'm going to tell all my challengers to buy it at Walmart because it's cheaper. And I want to be like, girlfriend, you're so dumb. Like I love you and I love your thriftiness, but that is so dumb because you just shot yourself in the foot for volume. You're never going to be able to sell the Transform 20 stepper if you're like, girl, go buy it on Amazon, right? And you're going to let Amazon collect your paycheck and you're going to miss out. This is your job. Just like when I was in high school, so I worked at American Eagle at high school. And my job was to wear American Eagle from head to toe. I wasn't allowed to wear what was on sale. How crazy is that? If it was on sale, we weren't allowed to have it on our body. We had to wear full price clothing. Back then I made $5.25 an hour too. I was paying them to work there basically. But anyways, the moral of that story and the reason why I'm telling you that is I wasn't allowed to wear Abercrombie and Fitch to work at American Eagle. I wasn't allowed to wear sales stuff. So as a coach, you need to really think about this from a business standpoint and say, okay, if I'm going to do Transform 20, I'm going to do it with the stepper, or if I'm going to do 80 day, I'm going to use the materials. I'm going to use everything that comes with it because I know that then my clients believe me when I say you need it, right? Like if Erica does Transform 20 and they watched her do it on the Walmart stepper for 6 weeks, they're going to be like, oh, I don't need that stepper. I saw you had a different one. So just be smart about that as we get ready to launch new products. And then the last thing that I would suggest is how many of you have clothing from Beachbody? Do any of you have like coach stuff or program stuff? Have you bought any of it? I have a lot. I have too much upstairs. But the moral of the story is, number one, it's great for wear and share. So if you go out and about, if you're at the grocery store, you're at your kid's sporting event, you want to have on Beachbody stuff because even though we're not Beachbody and you don't want to be the billboard for Beachbody, it is an awesome conversation starter. I was at my son's swimming lessons one day and I had my Tubi Mindset bottle and the lady's like, oh, my mom friends are doing that. I'm really interested in it. Like she opened up and she wanted to talk about it because she knew that I was a part of it. So I would encourage you to wear it out and about if you can, but I would also encourage you to talk about it in your challenge groups. So tell your challengers, Melissa, I'm really proud of you. You just finished 80-day obsession, right? So say Melissa was my client, she's in the group, I would really encourage her. I'd be like, girl, you earned yourself an 80-day sweatshirt. Like you should totally go and get yourself one. You rock that program. Like it's so hard. People don't complete it. So I would just really, think about that. Are you encouraging your challengers to be Beachbody fans, even if they're not coaches? You do get volume from the clothing. That's a new thing. It didn't used to be the case. They actually didn't used to give us volume for it, but now they do. So that could be another way that you increase your income by selling apparel. I will intentionally sometimes wear super cute Beachbody workout clothes. Like they came out with a really cute fitness line. I had red pants on the other day in my stories. If you saw those red pants, some of you messaged me like, cute red pants. I'm like, those are Beachbody pants. So wearing those types of things, it's a great way to be like, here's the link for the clothes, right? I didn't have to sell a challenge pack. I just had to sell leggings and that was easy enough, right? So there are different ways to go about doing this. I feel like I've flooded you with a ton of info over the last 24 minutes, but I just want you to know that yes, challenge packs are super important. Yes, building a team is super important, but you can still fill your paychecks by looking at ways to increase volume, selling Energize, selling Recover, adding on Hydrate, selling, clothing. There's lots of ways to do it. Do you guys so we have like 5 minutes left. Do you have other questions at this point? So do you want to ask me anything about, earning, cycles, rank advancement, you name it, you can ask it. You can put it in the chat or unmute. Kate made an awesome point. If you hit Success Club for the first month, the coach tank is super cute. It is. It's really nice. How many of you feel like you are getting close to hitting Success Club? You feel like you have some warm leads for the month? Good. Yeah, Melissa asked me if I can explain about having your husband as a coach. Sure. So, okay. And Sammy wants to know the same thing. Okay. Yep. Don't be overwhelmed. Just ask the questions. Absolutely. Okay. So let's talk about that. So right now, you guys don't have much of a downline below you, typically. Most of you are new. So that means that there is no one under you. What's going to happen is you're going to start to build a team. And as you build your team, everyone who's in your downline, they will see that volume come up. Okay. So if you say you put your husband at the top of your downline, he's going to see all that volume come up in his own, it'll be on his strong leg. So it makes sense. But it also, more than the volume piece, it makes sense because it's a controllable. Here's what I mean by this. You can keep your husband active. You can run an order through him. So say you like to do a 3-day refresh every once in a while, or every month, I don't know, I wouldn't do it every month, but, or energize or whatnot. You can put these orders through their account and make them active. They would just need 50 PV to stay active. And so when you're an Emerald coach, you're going to have a coach on your left and a coach on your right, and their PV has to be 50. They do not need to be working coaches. Your husband does not have to work the business with you. They can send you people your way if you want, but here's what has to happen. If compliance were to ever approach you and say, like, is your husband really working the business? You can say to them, yes, he sends clients my way or whatever. He basically just needs to be aware that he's a coach. I don't recommend signing him up secretly because if compliance would reach out and they're like, hey, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, which I hope that's not the case, but I don't recommend that. So make sure that he knows that you're doing it. You need to use his social to sign him up, but it has a lot of benefits because you can control that piece. And when you're holding rank advancement, it really makes sense to have some controllables. I actually think it's great to have a controllable on your left and on your right, because then you will always stay at least Emerald. Michelle Krill was in that situation for a really long time. She had controllables. Michelle, is your mom and your husband opposite? Yeah. So mom's on left or opposite? One of them's on left, one of them's on. Yeah, one's on left, one's on right. So she can always control that. Who else? Melissa Klein, I see her on here. She has her husband signed up. Kate has her husband signed up. Becca's not on tonight, but Becca's one of our newer coaches, and she did that. Like right away, she signed up her husband. That's her first coach now that she has under. Nilise, does anybody else on here have a spouse signed up, or a parent or sibling? Not yet. Okay. I really recommend it. It's going to get you your first rank advancement too, because some of you haven't reached Emerald yet. So they're going to be the one who gets to help you do that. And that's going to unlock those cycle bonuses. So until you hit Emerald or, Diamond. So Emerald, you're going to see those $15 cycles. And then, Emerald you are. And then Diamond, you'll see the 18. Good. Elise, what do you mean? It says mine is along with my mom. What were you talking about there?
Sorry, no, it's not unmuted. I was saying that my husband and my mom are coaches, and I have them on opposite legs, so I kind of can control both sides.
Perfect. Yeah. So, and sometimes what you can do, because I know some of you are like, I don't have the money to order under that account too, right? Like that's an issue. You can run a customer order under them, and that will make them active. So what you would do is, instead of giving your link when they buy something, you would give out your husband's link. And sometimes people, and all the times that I've done it, sometimes people will be like, wait, this says Kevin Griffith is my coach. And I'm like, don't worry about it. We work the business together. I'm just placing you there. And no one ever has had an issue with it. So it's okay to give that link. I'm going to tell you guys truthfully, if there's a time when, if I'm pushing for like a rank advancement or other coaches are, and all of a sudden it's like somebody goes inactive, I'm not afraid I will give my link out to one of my customers and light that coach up active so that it doesn't affect my rank advancement. So for those of you who are going to be pushing for Diamond or a Star Diamond, if you get in a real bad pinch, you can give your link out. You can give their link out to anyone. You're going to forfeit the commission because it's going to go to them. But sometimes when you're trying to do qualification, you don't care, right? Imagine if you're trying to qualify for that 10-star bonus and one of your diamonds was one coach. Like say you had a diamond under you of those 10 and she was about to go inactive. you better believe you're going to run an order under her so you don't lose that rank advancement. Now, you don't want to build a team where you have to keep your team active by doing that, but in a pinch, it works. Probably just confused you, right? Okay, let's see. Yeah, so Kate said, I signed Nate up with a 3-day refresh challenge pack. Yeah, and you get the points for it too, which is awesome. Yep, 2B mindset. I will tell you, for those of you who are on a budget, the cheapest way you can stay active with the PV that's like, I think it's 90 that you have to have, is instead of Shakeology, it's the Recover stack. So Recover and Energize is, I want to say it's 89 or 87, whereas Shakeology is, what are you paying, 98? You can do the 50 PV with like 3-day refresh. I think you can do Energize on HD too, right? Melissa, don't you do that? But you have to do more than just Energize. It's got to be 2, right?
No, I just get like 2 tubs of Energize.
Okay, but that keeps,
We
is that
use
to
it a
keep
lot.
Will active?
Yes.
Mhm.
And I never knew for the longest time. I thought it had to be different products, but you can get like 2 tubs of Energize or 2 tubs of Recover.
Mhm.
Whatever you want to get, as long as it's enough points. So that's what I do. I get
Yeah.
the Energize under him.
Mhm. Melissa, yes for the home direct, but not for keeping active. So let me real quick clarify that. So there's when you rank advanced to Emerald, if you hit Success Club 6, you qualify for leads. 10, you qualify for orders. So what that means is that if you've hit 6 in your Emerald and you have you're active with HD, then you qualify for leads. Those are people who sign up for like a free Beachbody account and haven't purchased, but now you're their coach and you will see anything they buy in the future, you get credit for. Whereas if you hit 10, that qualifies you for Success Club orders. So you'll just get orders in your back office that you didn't have to go out and recruit, which is awesome, but you have to have that home direct piece. It's a little bit confusing. Melissa's face is like, I'm still confused. Unmute yourself. Keep going, because I don't want you to be confused.
Okay, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I have a question because it said in my coach office that I have like Success Club 8,
Mm-hmm.
but it says unqualified, like and when I saw that last week or a couple days ago, I was like, oh shoot, I gotta like order some things.
When's your HD date? Like, when do you have your stuff come? Because it may just be that you haven't, like my date's the 20, I think it's the 22nd. So mine says no too.
You mean like Shakeology, like my home direct stuff?
Yes.
Well, I stopped it for a month or 2 because I was overloaded with it.
Okay.
So I guess that's the problem. So now it's saying that I'm not qualifying, even though I have 8 Success Club points.
Mm-hmm. So you'll want to, but before the month is over, you will want to run something under you so that next month you can get those leads. And if you're so close to 10, you're at what right now, 8?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to push for a 10 because then you'll get orders next month.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm close. Yeah.
You're doing awesome. That's great. Yeah, and the business service fee, which all of you are being charged that unless you've like canceled your card, that $15.95. That would be another reason why. The last thing I want to share with you, I guess, is if you ever encounter a situation where you're seeing a financial hardship, Beachbody does allow you, I forget how long it is, but I think they allow you maybe 2 months where you can fill out a financial hardship form and they won't charge you your business service fee and they won't cancel your coach account. Obviously, you need to really have a true business hardship, but I know that there have been times when coaches needed to quit because of that. And when I brought that to their attention, it bought them time. So if you ever find yourself in that place and you're like, oh, I want to be a coach, but I can't afford that $15, you can fill out the paperwork and they can try to help you out. Okay. What other questions do you guys have? Anything?
Sorry, I have a quick question. This probably could just be done offline.
Go ahead.
I just looked and I noticed that one of my customers switched from the 3 months to the 12 month, but she did it today. And I kind of feel like just pay the extra. I want to see if it's okay. Can she cancel that if she decides to do a challenge pack when I message her?
Yes.
Or when she responds?
Yes. Send her a message.
So I'm like, oh, you did the year. do a challenge pack. So I'm going to message her. I just wanted to know if she'd be able to cancel it today since she's been doing the 3 months, the last couple of cycles.
Tell her to give them a call and just really, like, when you send that message to her, show her cost comparison. Like, don't just be like, oh, hey, you should get the challenge pack. Be like, I need you to understand, if you want to drink Shakeology ever, like, you're going to pay $135, whereas if you want it today, you're only going to have to pay $60, right? Like, or whatever it is. Yeah. So I would point that out.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yep. They'll help you out. Have her call coach relation or customer relations. All right. Okay. What do you guys, if you can do me a favor this week in the thread, maybe like tonight, if you can just share something that you feel like you're still struggling with, you know, our group message that we have, if you can share something there, I will try to deliver content each day this week that's really valuable based on what you guys need. So I want to really help you finish the month out strong here. All right. Okay. I'm so grateful for your time. Can we snag a picture? I don't have my phone out here. Oh, yes, I do. Hold on. Let's take one real quick. Everybody come back if your camera's off. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, let's see. Let me take one more because Melissa's blurry. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, I got it. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys soon. Have a great night.